जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय राधा वल्लभ श्री राधे जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल श्री श्री गौरीता की, श्री श्री राधोला भगवान की, श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रवाणी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रबंधे। Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 10. The title is The Pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. Of course, this Canto 9 is called Liberation, and the chapter title itself is Lord Ramachandra's Pastimes, Leelas of Lord Ramachandra. And if you look at the cover of the book, and you will see Lord Ramachandra, Mother Sita Mata, and also Lakshman. So they are walking with bows, Ramachandra and Lakshman, of course, Sita Mata is there in the middle. So they are in forest, Aranya, forest. So in fact, the today's verse, which is 9, is all about Leela of Lord in forest, in Dandakaranya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So verse number 9 from chapter 10 of Canto 9, all written on the board. So let us read word by word and then full verse. Rakshasa Swasuha Vaikrata Rupam Asuddha Buddheha Tasyaha Khara Trishta Dushana Mukhaya Bandhuam Jagni Chaturdasa Sahasram Aparniya Kodanda Paniha Atmanaha Yuvasa Kricharam. Full verse. Raksyaha Sasu Vakrata Rupam Asuddha Buddhes Raksyaha Susura Vakrita Rupam Asuddha Buddhes Tasyaha Khara Trisira Dushana Mukhya Bandhun Tasyaha Khara Trisira Dushana Mukhya Bandhun Jagahane Chaturdasya Sahasram Aparaniya Jagane Chaturdasa Sahasra Aparniya Kodanda Panir Atmana Usha Karcharam Kodanda Panir Atmana Usha Karcharam Rakshasa swasur vayakta rupam asuddha buddhes tasya kara trisira dushana mukhya bandhun jagne chaturdasa sahasram aparniya kodandapani ratmana vyakricharam Rakshasa swasur vayaktra rupam asuddha buddhes tasya kara trisira dushana mukhaya bandhun jagne chaturdasa sahasram aparaniya kodandapani ratmana uyasa krichram. Prabhus. Rakshasa swasur vayakta rupam asuddha buddhes tasya kara trisira dushana mukhya bandhanun So what translation? Rakshasa Sasuha Apsurpanaka, the sister of Rakshasas Ravana. Vayaktara, Lord Rama deformed. Rupam, the form. Asuddha Buddheha, because her intelligence was polluted by lusty desires. Tasviha, of her, Khara Trishira Dushana Mukhya Bandhun. Many friends headed by Khara, Trisara and Dusana. Jagani, he, Lord Rama Chandra, killed. Chaturdasa Sahasram, 14,000. Aparniya, invincible. Kodanda, bows and arrows. Paniha, in his hand. Atmanaha, wandering in the forest. Yuvasa, lived there. Kricharam, with great difficulties. Translation: while wandering in the forest, when he accepted a life of hardship, carrying his invincible bow and arrows in his hand, Lord Ramachandra deformed Ravana's sister, who was polluted with lusty desires, by cutting off her nose and ears. He also killed her 14,000 Rakshasa friends, headed by Khara, Trishira and Dushana. Om Ajnana Trivindasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurulmitamena Tasme Sri Guruve Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapadaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Sursevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pacha Tadesha Tarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vanda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today's verse number 9, as I said, this describes Lord Rama's Leela in the forest. Of course, it specifies names of Lord Ramachandra, Lakshman and Mother Sita, and that is very nicely pictured on this the cover of the book. So we will basically be focusing on what is happening in this Leela. Okay, so now this Ramayana, as you all know, there are many books on Ramayana. There are more than 300 books on Ramayana in different languages, in different countries, and composed or written by different rishis, authors and scholars. And the one which in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam itself, Sukadeva Swami mentions is that one written by Valmiki Muni. So that is what is most famous, original Ramayana. So that Ramayana contains 24,000 slokas, 24,000 verses. The whole Ramayana was explained in brief in this chapter, so within only a few verses. So around 55 verses. Plus the next chapter is also about how Lord Rama has ruled. So that is also very, very brief. So this is 55 verses. Then the next one, Ramachandra ruling the world. So that has 36, 55, 36. So that means within less than 100. So this within 100 words, Sukadeva Goswami explained, briefly this Ramayana. Why? Because they didn't have that much of time. So if you have to explain the whole, there are two reasons. One, Prakshit Maharaj has hardly heard Ramayana earlier. But here, Sukadeva Swami is explaining briefly main points, because they already spent almost out of 7 days of this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Katha, already looks like 5 days are over, only 2 days left. So Sukadeva Swami want to come to soon to Krishna Katha, Krishna's appearance, Krishna Leelas, more in depth. So therefore there is not much time. So that is why in preaching it is said that we need to choose what we say, how much we say, depends upon Desha, Kala and Patra. Depends upon the place, the time, how much time you got, and whom you are explaining. If you are explaining to someone who already knows very in depth, so you can summarize the main point. So that is the main point summary. So you can see just in this verse 9, so it contains entire Aranya Kanda. So this Ramayana is divided into 7 kandas, like 7 volumes or 7 cantos or 7 sections, 7 books, whatever you call. So the first one is Bala Kanda, so appearance of Lord Ramachandra and his brothers. So that was just told in one verse. So then of course Ayodhya Kanda, what happened in Ayodhya Loka before they depart for exile. So then comes Aranya Kanda. So today's verse is pretty much almost Aranya Kanda. There are just 3 or 4 verses here that describes entire activity that happened as a summary in Aranya, in forest, Aranya Kanda. So then comes Kiskinda Kanda. So after Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana, so then what happened? So Lord Ramachandra was in search of Mother Sita. Before you also search, you need to build an army as well. He heard that Ravana kidnapped. So how to find where she is, then how to defeat him, how to kill him. So that building army is the Kiskinda Kanda. Then of course, before the war begins, Hanuman jumped and went to Lanka. So there he has a conversation with Mother Sita. That is called Sundara Kanda. So Sundara is also very beautiful to hear, the conversation between Hanuman and Mother Sita. Then is the war, Yuddha Kanda. Yuddha Kanda is also very glorious. So not only Lord Ramachandra's power, his exalted power and how he killed, but also other devotees, their glorious qualities. For example, Angada. Angada was the son of Sugriva. So before the war about to begin, he went there and challenged everybody in the assembly of court of this Ravana. He said he just put his one foot, Jai Sri Ram. He said, anyone who can lift my foot, we accept it as a defeat and my Ramachandra will forgive you. So many tried, everybody failed. Then Lord, Ravana want to try. So he came, is about to touch his feet. Then at that time, he kicked his head. Then that Kirita fell at the feet of Lord Ramachandra, who were at the battlefield outside the palace. He said, "Oh fool, why do you want to touch my feet? Instead, if you touch Lord Ramachandra's feet, he will forgive you. He will achieve greater success in your life." Yeah. You can see then finally, of course, Uttarakanda explains how Lord Ramachandra has ruled the kingdom. That is the next chapter. So now, of course, if you have very less time, so that is what Sukadeva did. Sukadeva Goswami did. He explained that because you already heard, so therefore I will explain very briefly. So in 2 chapters, suppose if you have only 1 minute, somebody asks you to explain Ramayana in 1 minute, what do? So there is in the language that I grew, born with, when I was born, we speak language like Kannada in Karnataka. So there they explain, it is called Mazgi Ramayana. Mazgi means this buttermilk. In villages, you go to a neighbor house during summer time. So if they happen to have a cow or a buffalo who give birth, they have sufficient milk and they make sufficient curd. Then of course they want to make a butter. Then before that they make a buttermilk and churn it and then get a lot of butter. So buttermilk will be full of pot, and then they will distribute to neighbors, come and have it during summer time. And if you happen to go to their house seeking, okay, give me 2 jug of this buttermilk. But the person who want to give you, they ask you, oh, can you please tell me Ramayana, then I will give it to you. So you are not going to spend 1 month, 2 months explaining Ramayana. Maybe you spend only 1 minute. What do you say? So there people say, Dasaratana Kanda, Ravanana Konda, Sitayanu Tanda. Dasaratana Kanda, the son of Dasaratha. Ravananu Konda, he killed Ravana. Sitayanu Tanda, then brought back Mother Sita. That's all summaries. Dasaratana Kanda is that Balakanda and Ayodhyakanda. Then Ravanana Konda, why did he kill Ravana? Of course, they will come. They went to forest and kidnapping happened. Therefore, so here, then Ayodhya Kanda, then Yuddha Kanda. So, Ravana Konda, then Sita and Tanda brought back Sita. So you can explain in just time, place and circumstances. Given 1 minute, you can say Ramayana. Yeah. So even Prabhupada says on that Vasasana, one of the devotees asked, Prabhupada, how much time it takes to, become a pure devotee? Surrender to Krishna immediately. He says, just 1 moment. So simply say, just surrender to Krishna. In 1 moment. That's it, you become a Krishna consciousness. Sarva dharma paritejya mameka sharanamrja. Like Lord Krishna says, the moment you surrender and give up all your religious occupational duties and so on, everything, Krishna, I surrender to you. Now onwards, I am yours. I will do whatever you ask me to do. My goal of life is to just do whatever you ask me to do. So that is a surrender, 1 moment. So you can become a Krishna consciousness in 1 moment. We don't have to do whole lifelong tapas or millions of lifetimes of tapas, just in one life, 1 moment. So same way, so you can explain this Ramana also in that 1 minute only. Now coming to, so this verse, so let us go deeper into each of these verses. So where is this situation taking place? So reading it, so while wandering in the forest, where he accepted a life of hardship. So carrying his invincible bow and arrows in his hand. So we have the last line, Kodanda Panir. If you go to places like South India, people often call Kodanda Rama. Lord Rama, one who is wearing bow and arrow, Kodanda. So this Kodanda Panir. Kodanda, bow and arrows, Panir. And this Kodanda Panir, what did he do? He's wandering around. So Atmanaha, wandering in the forest. Uvasa lived there, Kracham, with great difficulty. Obviously, when you are in exile, initially you are living in an Ayodhya palace, full of luxuries. If you are a prince, obviously there is full of luxuries, very nice place to sleep, nice feast to have, nice company, everything protected. It's very nice. But when you go to forest, obviously there are difficulties. Lord Rama didn't consider them as difficulty, of course. Lord Rama considered this as a great opportunity to, have darsana of rishis, and of course in the process do some service to them. So this is very nicely, done. But this episode of saying that Ramachandra has cut off the nose and ears of sister of Ravana, the first word, Rakshasa Susur. Rakshasa Susuha, that is Surpanaka. Susuha is the sister. So, sister of Rakshasa, Ravana. Who is sister of Rakshasa? That is famous one is Surpanaka. So, Surpanaka was not. Where was it cut? The place, in a place called Nasik. You heard about Nasik? Nasik is a city in Maharashtra, in India. So this actually name Nasik derived from that incident only. Nasik, like a nose. Nasik in Sanskrit stands for nose, maybe no nose. So this is where Surpanaka nose was cut. That means this pastime took place in that place near Nasik, a place called Panchavati. Earlier it was called as Panchavati, but now we call popular as Nasik. So this the whole incident going in deep. So the previous verse talks about, just says, okay, Lord Ramachandra has left the palace. So that is what it says. So why did he leave? So that was, of course, again a nice pastime that we have got. So very nicely explained. But in the so here, so this is very briefly told. So anyway, so coming to the first kanda, that is Bala Lila. As you know, Dasat Maharaj had 3 wives. Who are they? Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumatra. So Kausalya's son is Ramachandra. Then the next wife, his son are Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Then of course Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharat Maharaj. So just when Ramachandra was about to be coronated, at that time Kaikeyi, so she asked Dasaratha, please give me, the boon that you promised me. When did he promise? Once Dasa Maharaj went for a fight with all these Rakshasas. So at that time, that war, he went on a chariot, obviously. So one chariot wheel is about to fall down. So if the chariot wheel falls down, the warrior, become weakened. So therefore, what did she do? She took her finger and put it at that key. The wheel is protected by one small, iron rod, like a key. She put her finger. Until the Dasaratha Maharaj was successful in that fight, so she hold that, then after this she removed. So this has impressed Dasaratha Maharaj. He said, okay, you've done such a service to me, so please ask 2 boons from me. She said, I will ask it later. So now is the time when Lord Ramachandra was about to be coronated. At that time, due to influence of other her assistants and all, she said, now is the time to ask a boon. Instead of Ramachandra becoming a king, let my son become a king. So therefore she asked for 2 boon. One boon is, let Bharat become a king instead of Ramachandra. The second one is, so Ramachandra to be sent to exile for 14 years. So therefore he went 14-year Vanavasa. So that was the previous verse. Now today's verse, what did he do now after going to Vanavasa? Obviously he started proceeding, went to Ganga river, then crossed the Ganga river, then reached this Chitrakuta. And meanwhile, did Bharata knew about the incident? No. So Bharata was in his kingdom of Kaikeyi Maharaj. That was father of Kaikeyi's mothers. Okay, his grandfather's place. So he was summoned by Vasishtha Muni. He came here, but here you see, oh, everybody is in morose. What is going on? He was told the incident. Then they asked him to become a king, so he refused. He said, no, I will now go and get Lord Ramachandra back, so he will be the king. So he did go there. Then of course he prayed to Lord Ramachandra to come back, but Lord Ramachandra didn't agree. So finally he said, okay, so please bless these padukas. He brought golden padukas already. He said, you please place your lotus feet, then I will take these padukas and then place on the royal seat, then rule the kingdom. So basically your paduka is ruling. So I am just instrument in making sure that the Ayodhya is ruled properly, everything is going in order till you come back. So of course Lord Ramachandra promised that I will come back after 14 years and take over the throne. So now, Bharata left and Lord Ramachandra now continued his journey into the forest. So first at is Chitrakoot. So that is a very good incident in Chitrakoot. So in Chitrakoot he met Atri Muni. So Atri Muni and his wife name is Anasuya. So actually more than interaction between Atri Muni and Ramachandra, the interaction between Mother Sita and Anusaya is very beautiful. So this Anusaya, she praises Mother Sita. Oh, you are such a chaste woman. So emblem of chastity, that when the husband is in glorious position or in difficulty, you accompany him. So now that so he is no kingdom. So he is like a wandering ascetic, just going around in the forest. So your husband, but you still accompany him. So he is pretty much like a bankrupt, no money, no facility to take care of you, but you have accompanied him. So you are a chaste woman. So a chaste woman, especially she says, a chaste woman with noble disposition. And a woman have different disposition, but those who have noble qualities. So she says very nice statement. For a woman with noble disposition, husband is the highest deity. For a woman with noble disposition, husband is the highest deity. So in Kannada we call Patiye Paramatma. Paramatma means Lord. So Pati, husband is the Paramatma. So that is what Anusaya is confirming. So husband, for a woman with noble disposition, husband is the highest deity. This is very, very important. If any woman treating her husband with such a respect, with service attitude, and helping husband irrespective of his condition and situation. So here is the mother Sita is the epitome of that quality. Okay, and of course they also had other conversation. So, but this is something to remember. If any woman treats husband as the highest deity, there will not be quarrel in the family, peaceful family. There will not be divorce. Here is very common these days, but that problem will be solved. Then quarrel will be solved. House will be, here right itself, it will be a Vrindavan, it will be Ayodhya in the house itself. So peaceful place. Yeah, so very, very important. Noble disposition. So if someone want to get a wife, please get a wife of noble disposition. At least one who chants Hare Krishna mantra. So therefore there is likelihood of they developing noble qualities in their life will increase. Correct? With chanting, Cheto Darpana Marjana, as they start chanting, their desires will go away. So here it says, for this verse, Asuddha Buddhis. Asuddha Buddhis. Asuddha means corrupted buddhi. So who was there? This Surpanaka with lusty desire. So no purity. So here Asuddha Buddhi is translated as, because of her intelligence was polluted by lusty desires. Buddhis means buddhi. Asuddha means lusty. Impurity. Suddha means pure. Asuddha means impure. So in case of woman, impurity means lusty desires. Lust for so many things. Lust for power. Lust for control. Lust for money. Lust for so many things. So that bhava. So whereas here with noble qualities, so they have very good disposition. So this is the first thing, as they pass from Ganga river, passing, then move to this place. So then, this is very important point to note. That is the first one. Then after that, so Lord Chandra asks Atri Muni, so we want to settle in this forest, please tell me what is the best place. They said, just go deeper. So that is Dandakaranya. So as Ramachandra is proceeding inside Dandakaranya, So of course this Aranya was filled with many rishis performing tapas and also filled with many rakshasas. When you go to forest, although there are ashramas where the holy persons, rishis performing austerity along with their wife, then you also have these rakshasas living there also. If the rishi is very powerful, rakshasas won't touch that person. So his tapas will not be bhanga, tapas will be continuing. But if the rishi is little weaker, sometimes the rakshasas can attack and even eat them also. So this is also another interesting one. So therefore, so in Dandakaranya, Lord Ramachandra was walking. So there he come across, one demon called Virada demon. Obviously, when Lord is going everywhere performing Leela, what is he doing? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya duskruta. So when Lord Chama prays, these things would happen. Infected, the whole land is infected with so many asuras, so many rakshasas, and of course also the sadhus. And sadhus need to be protected. So as he walks, he comes across this demon, Virada. So this Virada demon was very powerful. He says, look, Lord Brahma has bestowed me with weapons. I can kill any humans. I can defeat anybody. He tells, Lakshmana and Ramachandra, you better hand over Sita to me. Run away. But however, Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman defeated him. How? Actually, initially he just took, just like Hanuman took one side Ramachandra, other side Lakshmana, he also took and started running. And Mother Sita said, hey, please don't do that. You take me, leave them. But so at that time, this Ramachandra cut off one hand of this Rakshasa, and then Lakshmana cut off another one. So this Rakshasa fell down. Then immediately Lord Ramachandra said, just dig a hole so that we can bury him there immediately before he become consciousness. So Lakshmana started digging samadhi for him or burial ground for him. At that time suddenly this Rakshasa became conscious. He tells, Lord Ramachandra, thank you very much. He says, why? Because I was a Gandharva in my earlier, but I was lusting after Ramba. Even, Ramba, Urvasi, Menaka, there are so many apsaras there in heavenly planet. So there also you have to follow certain little rule regulation, but this Gandharva was too much lusting after Ramba, therefore he was cursed to become a demon. Who cursed? Kubera. Kubera is a treasurer of heavenly planet. So he cursed him to become. But he said, when Lord Ramachandra touches you, you will be relieved. So therefore he requested, please bury me in that hole immediately. The moment he was buried, and then he appeared as a Gandharva and went back to his heavenly planet. So you can see Lord Ramachandra is delivering Rakshasas also. So not only delivering sadhus, but also some of these persons with curse have to be delivered, and so that is the first Rakshasa he killed. So then of course he proceeded as he moved forward. So there are so many Rakshasas are killed. And as they are walking, they saw one lake. From that lake, very melodious music is coming. In the Dandakaranya, melodious music is coming. Then they wanted to know where it is. Then they checked, can't see anything. But nearby one rishi told them that there was another rishi called, so his rishi name is Marinda Karni. So this Marinda Karni rishi performed tapas for 10,000 years. Usually anybody is performing such austerity for 10,000 years, Indra, Chanda, Varuna, all demigods will get frightened. Look that this person is performing so much of tapas to occupy our position. What do we do? So in case of Vishwamitra, he sent Menaka. In this case, this Muni, not just one Apsara, they sent 5 Apsaras to handle him. So when these 5 apsaras came, so this Muni accepted them and married them. And of course, he wanted to live very nicely. So he built a municipal home inside that water. Nobody can see it. Even Lord Ramchandra is not able to see. And what to speak of us, we can't see. So he's living there very happily, enjoying Grahastha life with these 5 apsaras. So that is the second situation. Then they moved further down. So they found Agastha Rishi. So this Agastha Rishi is also very powerful Rishi. Actually, Lord Chandra tells this story to Mother Sita and Lakshmana. That this Agastha Muni is so powerful. He tells one incident. So there were demons called Vatapa and Ilava. So these demons, what do? No, they invite Brahmanas, say that we are hosting a feast, please come and have feast with us. So, of course, this Ilavala was a very famous cook, very excellent in cooking. What did he do? So he took this Vatapi. So actually this Vatapi, as another demon, he can change the form. He became like a goat, like a ram, that goat, sheep with horn. So, and then in front of this Brahmana, they sacrificed and made a, bhoga and offered it to this Brahmana. So many Brahmanas came, thousands of Brahmanas ate it. At that time, this Ilavala, so he will tell, oh, Vatapi, please come out. After they had a food, come out. Then this Vatapi will assume his farm and come out of the stomach and kill this Brahmana. Like this, they killed thousands of Brahmana. They want to play the same trick with, Agastha Muni also. They invited Agastha Muni and did the same trick. But Agastha Muni, of course, with his divine power, he knows what is going on. So he says, digest. Then this Ilavala asking, hey, Vatapi, come out. He says, he can't come out. I already digested. You see how Agastha Muni is so powerful, he killed this another demon. And meanwhile, so there, so Lord Chandra has, spent some time, had a conversation. So this Agastha Muni is the one who, gifted him Lord Vishnu's bow and arrow and the inexhaustible, that quail, that you put these arrows, inexhaustible. So you can take out any number of those. This was a gift given by Agastha Muni. So this is what we said. Kodanda Panir. That Kodanda is the one which is using killing all these Rakshasas. So in that, they still proceeded. So actually in Dandakaranya, so Ramchandra, Sita and Lakshmana, they stayed for 10 years. So how much time left? Another 4 years. So they want to proceed a little bit more. So they went a little bit on the guidance of Agastha Muni. They traveled another around 25 kilometers, like 16 miles or so. Then they went to Panchavati, this Nashik place. And this is where this incident that happened. Rakshasi. So Sur Vekta Rupam Asuddham Buddhis. So this Surparakana, so Surparanaka in her original form, with this polluted intelligence and polluted mind and lusty desire. So she wanted to marry. Actually she saw two beautiful persons, Ramachandra and Lakshmana. So she developed lusty desire. Of course, in some of them she these are the feeling of love, but actually in material world, love means lust. And these Rakshasas, as you know, have ability to change the form. Even though they are very, ugly, but they can change their form to look beautiful. So did Surpanaka do? It seems she didn't do. So she just forgot in the lusty desire. She just in the original deformed form, so ugly form. She went and tried to praise Lord Ramchandra. She saying that she was such a beautiful person. I desire to become your wife. I desire to unite with you. So Lord Ramachandra says, I am Eka Prativarta. We say, Lord Ramachandra Marada Purusha. So he uses one arrow and has only one aim. Once he aims, that one arrow 100% hit. One arrow, one aim. Of course, wife also one only. So that's why we call him as the Maryada Purusha. Purushottama. Maryada Purushottama. Maryada means honorable. Purushottama, noble person. He's a noble, supreme, noble person. So here he says, I am in this life, I have a vow of only one wife. I can't accept anybody else. Then he says, maybe, why don't you try Lakshmana? He doesn't have a wife here. He is single, just accompanying us. Maybe you will have a good time with him. But if you marry me, you are a young girl and you may not be able to tolerate co-wife. So Ramachandra, just to joke with her, they said, oh, you are such a beautiful young girl. How can you tolerate a co-wife? I already have a wife, so I can't accept you. Why better you marry? Ask Lakshman. So she goes and asks Lakshman. Of course, Lakshman also says, look, I am simply a servant of the Lord Ramachandra. If I marry you, then you will become another servant, another maid servant of Sita and Ramachandra. So it is not glorious. Better you marry Ramachandra. So now she is kicked between Ramachandra and Lakshman. Since he thought, actually the problem is Sita. Suppose if Sita is somehow killed, Ramachandra will accept me. So therefore in anger, because when someone is this Asuddha Buddhi, a lusty desire, they are ready to do anything. So we are, in the material world, we hear a lot of stories when some woman just married and they go to honeymoon and kill the husband and come and run away with some farmer. You read newspaper, Asuddha Buddhi, Suddha, not Asuddha, a lusty desire, polluted intelligence. So in the first place, why do they marry? That is another question. But anyway, in this case, he decided to kill Mother Sita. And she was about to catch Mother Sita. At that time, immediately, the duty of Lakshmana is to protect. That's why he has come. He has come to protect. Make sure that no one harms Ramachandra and Mother Sita. That was his duty. In fact, it is said that he has even not slept during 14 years. This one hours of 14 years, when they went, see, daytime he accompanies to Ramachandra, night time he is sitting outside, not sleeping. Not like us, Sometime we come and in the name of guarding a temple, we come here and just sleep. And by that time, thieves will come and take away our treasury also. Correct? That happens in many, many temples. So in Melbourne also many temples, not only our temple, but also happened in this Raghavendra Swami temple, happened in Swami temple, everywhere these thieves are doing like that. But anyway, so here, he took his sword, then cut off the nose of Surpanaka and ear of Surpanaka. So that is what this verse says. So he cut off the nose of Surpanaka and so now, of course, blood is oozing. She ran away to where? She ran away to her friends. So he says that, cutting off her nose. So Ramachandra killed 14,000 Rakshasa friends of who? Of Surpaniki. Who are those friends? Now the names are mentioned, 3 names. Khara, Trishira and Dushana. Actually, Khara is a brother of Surpanaka. That means younger brother of Ravana. So he is another very powerful demon. Then Dushana is also brother. Then this Trishira is the army general. So these 3 people along with 14,000. So this Surpanaka, the moment it was cut off, she ran to these, told them that what kind of brothers you are, So there are 2 persons, humans have come and they cut off this, you please go and kill them. So immediately this, Khara became very angry. How dare, I am here the powerful Rakshasa here, and then they disfigured my sister. So he now marched with this 14,000 powerful army of Rakshasas. So this is said here also 14,000. So Chaturdasa Sahasram. Chaturdasa. Chatur means Dasa means 10. Chatur 4. Chaturdasa 14, Sahasram 14,000. So 14,000 Rakshasas were killed by Lord Ramchandra. Okay, so this 14,000, all of them marched. So with this army, first the first one, so headed by Kara and Trishira and Dushana. So the war, the fight began. Among three, this Dushana with more anger, he says, "Oh brother, you are the head of this army. You don't have to go. I will take care of this Ramachandra and Lakshmana. I can kill them." Very powerful. So Dushana went and fought with Lord Ramchandra. Usually in army, in the war, they don't first immediately attack that person. First they, with their bow and arrow. Of course, Ramachandra and Lakshmana, they were not in any chariot. They were just standing on the ground. Whereas these guys have come in the chariot. So he first killed those horses and the charioteer. Then of course, made his kirita, that crown, fly away. Then of course, they fell down. So then of course, Lord Ramchandra, so both sides, thousands of arrows are released. So whenever that demon, Dushana releases so many powerful weapons, Lord Ramchandra will counteract them. Then finally, Lord Ramchandra has killed the Dushana. Next, this main general, that is Kara, became very angry. Okay, I will go and kill him. But meanwhile, the three Shira, three means three Shira, three head. Shira means head, three Shira. Looks like Sanskrit and English is same. Three, T-R-I. In English, T-H-R-W-E, three. Three Shira, a person. This because they were the army general. Even though they were leader, but army will also have someone, army leader, chief of the army. He says, I will fight, you don't have to go. So, and of course, the same thing happened to Trisara. So, Lord Ramchandra cut off one head, second head, and third head, finished Trisara. Then came this Kara, head of that army. So, even he was also, defeated and killed. So, defeating means not just running away. They were killed fully. So, now you can see 14,000 army members are killed. And these are powerful army, so which were always under infantry, under guidance of Ravana. So meanwhile, what happened? Although he killed 14,000, there were some other Rakshasas. So one of them has actually escaped. So from this, and this Rakshasa who escaped, so this person, what did he do? He escaped, went straight to Ravana, and his name is Akampana Rakshasa. Akampana went and ran to Ravana. He went to Lanka and explained to Ravana. So there are two persons. They came and first they disfigured your sister, and they killed all your brothers and Trishira and 14,000 Rakshasas. So you have to do something. Then Ravana says, okay, let me go and, kill those two humans, that is Ramachandra and Lakshman. But he said, be careful. They are very powerful. Just by mere simple arrow, they killed such a powerful one, and you can't really fight with them. They will finish it also. You better find another method. So they said, why don't we do this? Lord Ramchandra is very much attached to Sita. If we can kidnap that Sita, so maybe in lamentation he himself become weakened, then he himself will die. This was the idea given. Therefore, kidnapping. So kidnapping of Mother Sita idea was first given by Akampana Rakshasa. Okay, so Akampana Rakshasa did that. So that was the then therefore what did he do? So Ravana went to. So he devised a plan of kidnapping. And he went to this Mirishi, another Rakshasa. He told them, hey, so, the moment Ravana came, he asked, oh, please tell me, what can I do? He says, I need your help. So, can you become a deer and somehow dissuade and I can capture Sita? He says, no. He explained the power and glory of Ramachandra. You better go back to Lanka and enjoy your life with Mandodari and other. Have a good life. He actually listened first time. He went back. Ravana actually went back by listening to this Prasadi. So So here the next verse talks about, O King Parikshit, when Ravana, who had 10 heads on his shoulders, heard about the beautiful and attractive features of Sita, his mind was irritated by lusty desires. He went to kidnap her. So as you can see, there are 2 times. The first time, kidnapping attempt, plan was devised, but Mirishi, even though he is a Rakshasa, he came to senses that Ramchandra is very powerful, let us not play with him, you go back. So he went back. Then after that, this Surpanaka, now that everybody died, there is no support for her. Her Khara, Trishira, this Dushana, and all 14,000 Rakshasas died. So after that she went to Ramachandra. So she glorified the capabilities of Ramachandra, but she explained more about beauty of Mother Sita. How beautiful she is. She is Mother Lakshmi herself, beauty epitome. And then she created lusty desire in Ravana. Again, Ravana wanted to, kidnap. She advised him, again you kidnap Sita. So therefore, he devised a plan. So therefore, what did he do? So to distract Ramachandra from his ashrama, Ravana sent Marisha in the form of golden deer. So again he went to this Maricha. So this Maricha again told him, look, we can't really dissuade Ramachandra. But he says, look, you are my minister. If you don't agree to my proposal of becoming a deer and then distract Ramachandra, I'm going to kill you. Then this Maricha thought, instead of dying in the hand of this Ravana, better become a deer and go there and get killed by Ramachandra. Correct? If you have 2 choices, to be killed by Ravana, to be killed by Ramachandra, which one is your preference? He thought himself, killed by Ramachandra much more glorious, because at that time I can see him, so I can get killed. So therefore he decided to take the other approach. Okay, so he became a golden deer. When Lord Chandra saw that wonderful deer, he left his residence and followed it, finally killed it with sharp arrow, just like Lord Shiva killed Daksha. Actually, see, it was not Lord Chandra's desire to chase that deer. When he assumed the form of golden deer with silver patterns, very, very beautiful form, this deer went towards the ashrama where Lord Chandra was there. At that time, Mother Sita was plucking flowers. She sees the deer. Oh, such a beautiful one. How nice it will be we have that with us so that we can play more nicely. When they expressed that feeling, Lord Chandra understood. He wanted to please the wife. My wife never asked me anything. Now she desired to have this deer. Although she said this attachment to such a deer is not good, but still she insisted. So he went and chased that. So obviously this Maricha deer, so he runs faster, here, there. Then sometimes invisible, sometimes not visible. So he went deep into the forest, far away. At one point, so Ramachandra thought, I am not going to catch this deer anymore. Right? If the deer is sometimes appearing, sometimes disappearing, how can you catch? I am running faster. So he took his arrow, one arrow, and with that aim, he hit the deer. At that time, what did deer do? He assumed that form, original form. He said, O Sita, O Lakshmana. In whose voice? Rama's voice. Because if the voice comes with Rama's voice, then this will be heard by Mother Sita and Lakshmana. Then they will think, oh, maybe Ramachandra is in danger. Therefore, Lakshmana will come to protect. Okay, of course, the next verse explained in depth, so let's leave it that next verse. So essentially, so Mother Sita somehow, pushed Lakshmana to go. Of course, Lakshmana said that Ramachandra no one can kill. This is just a, Maya activity of this Baricha demon, this deer. So, no one can kill. You have a belief. But Sita Mata didn't agree. She says, oh, looks like, you want your brother to die so that you can enjoy me. Like that she started talking. So, whereas Lakshmana is saying that, no. You are my mother. So, Rama, nothing will happen. I am simply a Dasa. I am simply a servant. Still, she will not agree. But she finally, so he decided to go. He left in search of Ramachandra. Meanwhile, what happened? So this person, Ravana came and kidnapped. That explained more in the next one. But you can see this also says, Lord Ramachandra killed that demon deer in the form, the Maricha in the form of deer demon. So just like Lord Shiva killed Daksha. So did Lord Shiva directly kill Daksha? They don't have to. So the previous verse says that Lord Ramachandra has cut off the nose of Surpaniki. But Ramachandra don't have to. His servants will do it. The glory goes to the Ramachandra. So similarly here in case of Shiva, Shiva directly didn't kill Daksha. How did he do? When he heard that Sati was burnt herself, then he became angry, he plucked his hair and created two demons. One of them is Virabhadra and Bhadrakali, second one. So Virabhadra is the one who went and chopped off head of this Daksha. After that, of course, Shiva is given a solution, bring, find out where the head is, we'll fix it him. He can come back to life, but that is the other one. But here you can see, even though it is done by assistant of Shiva, the credit goes to Shiva. Similarly, in the first verse, it is explained, Lord Ramachandra has cut off the nose of that Surpanaka, was done by Lakshmana, but the credit goes to Ramachandra. This also says that if you are a leader, if you are a king, so any good deed done by you, people attribute to you. Any bad deed done by you, also attribute to the king only. So king has to be responsible. Even though their devotees, just like sometime, we say, oh, this Mahabharata was won because of Krishna. We know that Arjuna is fighting there, but it is because of Krishna's protection. So it is attributed to Krishna more than to Arjuna. Similarly, here also is attributed to Ramachandra. So this is Aranya Kanda. Of course, from there soon, when mother Sita is kidnapped, so Ramachandra is now going in search, goes to Kiskindha. There is the Kiskindha Kanda. So soon you will see next two verses, you will see Kiskindha Kanda and of course Yuddha Kanda and then Uttarakanda. So this is Aranya Kanda of Ramayana, Rama Leela, in brief in two verses, as we discussed. So because Sukadeva Goswami didn't have much time. So already 5 days over, another 2 days left. In 7 days it has to finish because the hearer, Parikshit Maharaj's life is only 7 days left. So 5 days over. So now within 2 days, 1 hour he has to explain, 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes only. Correct? He is directly explaining Sanskrit, he is not giving any purport or explanation furthermore. So within that period of time he is done. Of course, we just took that verse and went a little bit deeper. So describing this Aranyakanda and Leelas, you can see our Lord says, Paritrana sadhana vinasya duskruta. So in this Aranyakanda, so Lord Ramachandra has delivered and protected many rishis from these Rakshasas. Not only demons, Rakshasas. Rakshasas directly eat humans. At least demons may not eat humans. Demons just eat, just like Devatas. But in the mode of ignorance, maybe drink alcohol, Victorian beer. If they are lucky, maybe Somarasa they will order from heavenly planet, get some Somarasa from heavenly planet, drink that one. So all kinds of things. But they may not eat humans. But where Rakshasas are cursed to eat humans. He killed so many Rakshasas. And some of the Rakshasas that we discussed here in this verse. And the most is that 14,000 Rakshasas headed by Khara, then his general Trisira, then of course Dushana is his brother. All of them are killed. The attempt of kidnapping was briefly mentioned. We reached up to that deer calling, "Oh Sita, oh Lakshman." But in tomorrow's next verse talks more depth about that kidnapping, then how Ramachandra has felt. So there is a detailed big purport Prabhupada has given. Okay, so just to summarize, you can see, so both Krishna Katha, Rama Katha, so they all talk about, not only Leela of Lord Ramachandra, the Lord, whether Krishna, Ramachandra, but also the Leela of the devotees. And we heard about how Agastya Muni has, just So then, of course, we also saw other pastimes of different devotees and that how the Gandharva was killed and relieved by Ramachandra. So these are very powerful pastimes. So then, of course, also the need for woman protection, but that will be discussed more for the next one. You see, the kidnapping of Sita happened because Mother Sita was not protected. It was she pushed Lakshmana to go and find out what is happening to Ramachandra, but there was no one to protect. But anyway, that is more in the next verse. But for today, you can see the glory of the devotees, such as Agastya Muni, Anusaya, then Bharadwaja, many other is explained, along with this killing of killing of these asuras, Rakshasas. This actually in the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, he also said that this Mericha, so this demon, so who became a deer, so he is actually more Krishna conscious. He knows the difference between body and spirit. Because he said, instead of getting killed from Ravana, I want to get killed by Ramachandra. He is more glorious. At least in next life I will be a better person. Or maybe I might go to Vaikuntha Loka because I am seeing Lord Ramachandra in front before leaving the body. So he says, so even some of the Rakshasas are also very intelligent. So then one of the commenters says, it looks like the people of Kali Yuga is not even as intelligent as Rakshasas. They don't recognize even the God. They don't see the distinction between the body and the soul. So at least some of the Rakshasas are so much of consciousness that the distinction between body and the soul. Therefore, this demon who assumed the form of deer decided to rather die from the hand of Ramachandra. At that time, Sri Ramachandra achieved the highest goal of life. You can see he is distinct and made. So these are briefly discussed in these two verses. With that, let me stop here. So thank you very much for hearing patiently. So we still have 5-10 minutes for prasada. Correct? You made prasada today? Maybe fruits. Fruits or prasada? Okay, fruits. But there is a question. First, let me answer this. So, Prabhu, Valmiki Ramayana, it is stated that Dasaratha, after passing away, went to Sargaloka. But did he go to Sargaloka or Vaikuntha Loka? Okay. So, where did he go? Very good question. So, of course, sometimes people, generally say, oh, he went to heavenly planet. Often they mean he went, in India, when they say, oh, he went to Sargaloka. Often, most of the people, they don't distinguish between Swargaloka and Vaikuntha Loka. They think they went to abode of Lord. And where is the abode of Lord? Abode of Lord is generally in Vaikuntha Loka. So Lord Ramachandra was in grief and thinking about Lord Ramachandra. Why would he go to heavenly planet? To enjoy with Ramba, Urvasi and all those? He better go to Vaikuntha Loka. So because he was in the parental affection, he was thinking simply about Lord Ramachandra, even though he was leaving the body. So therefore, he should appear Ante Narayana Smriti. Because he was thinking about Lord Ramachandra, so in Antakala, in the last breath of his life, therefore he would go to Ayodhya Loka, not heavenly planet. Yeah. So, but some commentators, they write, as we discussed in the beginning, there are more than 300 books on Ramayana. Some of them in material sense, they might say, okay, Dasaratha was, was thinking in Soka, therefore he went back to heavenly planet because you think about Lord Ramachandra. So for them, this heavenly planet and Vaikuntha planets are same. So, but for devotees, we know. So those who know Bhagavad Gita, as Krishna says, Ante Kala Narayana Smriti, whoever remembers Narayana in Ante Kala at the last breath, they go to Narayana Loka. And whoever remembers Indra, they will go to Indra Loka. Whoever remembers Hiranyakashipu or some other, they might go to Pataloka. And whoever remembers Trump, they will be born in America. And whoever remembers somebody in Australia, you will be born in Australia. If you remember Aborigine, how Aborigines has fought with invaders, then you'll be maybe born as a native Australian. Yeah. So that is the answer for this. Okay. So any other question? Okay. In that case, Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Hare Krishna. So please enjoy prasada. Made by father of Krishna Dasa.